Hi Queens! I'm Cynthia.
I'm Jalu.
And today we're gonna be doing a get ready with us.
Ew, I have like no eyebrows. So
we're both gonna start off with, what do you start off with? Eyebrows?
Moisturizer. Are you gonna moisturize first?
I already moisturized after I got out the shower.
Oh.
Should I still moisturize in the hair?
No! So I'm gonna moisturize first because I haven't. And this moisturizer has SPF in it.
15.
Yeah.
And
still counts.
so now we're like, we have to start over. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first makeup routine step. Mine is just eyebrows.
And I need to moisturize.
So
let's moisturize.
You moisturize. So for eyebrows, I've been using the same like black eyeshadow from like my first drugstore eyeshadow palette. I know.
You're like, I know. So I'm gonna moisturize with this Estee Lauder Day Wear. It has SPF in it, so it can protect my skin better. The brush is so big.
Yeah, this is our first YouTube video.
As you can tell.
Yeah, we've laughed for like 5 minutes straight.
6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh shoot, 6 minutes.
So, along with our makeup routine, we're also gonna talk about life.
So I'm a junior in high school.
And I'm a senior in high school.
I don't know if YouTube's gonna flag us for like...
For what?
I don't know.
We literally did nothing. We just like
I don't know
laughed.
why I feel like you have to be 18 to upload. I know you don't, but...
I don't think so.
JoJo's you.
I'm finally done moisturizing my face. Now I'm gonna put on some lip balm. To moisturize my lip, I'm gonna be using this. The Vaseline Lip Therapy.
Yeah, so I moisturized off camera just so y'all don't think I'm like super crusty or anything.
Thank you for the
But
clarification.
yeah, the eyebrows take me the longest part out of my entire makeup routine because like I just like don't do my eyebrows ever.
Well, cannot really because I don't have eyebrows.
Oh,
No.
you can see them. I can see them. It's like right there.
So we're gonna be talking about
Our home city
Corpus Christi.
and why we hate it. Basically, it's really, really small and she's probably gonna be moving in like, I don't know, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Not 6 months, like 9 months.
Yeah.
Right? To
So I
somewhere
have to
else.
go off to college. Or you can stay here for another year and suffer.
I know, and I hope no one from my high school ever watches this, but I like I hate my high school, so Jesus. I
also
go back
hate
in
my high
like
school.
5 days. So
Oh yeah, we go to different high schools.
yeah, we do. She goes to like a bigger school, but I go to a school where like there's only 80 people in my entire grade. There's
So
only
bad.
80 people in my high school. I mean it's only 80 people in my entire junior class. Which,
And I have like 500.
500. Do you even know everyone in your class?
Probably not.
Okay, so after I go in with a little bit of eyeshadow to fill in empty spots in my brows, I'm going to use Boy Brow by Glossier in black and just kind of tame and shape my eyebrows better. I want to get it like...
And I'm gonna use the Anastasia Brow Definer because I don't have that much to work with. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about how we met. So we met in 8th grade. My 8th grade or grade?
I think it was my 8th grade and her freshman year, kind of through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And
then
we talked about like Lana Del Rey for the
Yeah.
whole night or whatever. I think like music is one of our things that just like connects us. Okay, so like a few weeks ago, I asked her to send me like music recommendations. So she like screenshotted a playlist because she uses Apple and I use Spotify. And like literally the exact same screenshots were like my playlist that I already had. So it's like, it just works.
yeah, that's how it be sometimes. And I think like friends that you share like common music interests with tend to like stay together longer. Or like you find people that you like talking with, like listen to the same music that you do.
Yeah, it's
really
just like
weird.
a personality thing.
Mm-hmm.
Next I'm gonna go in with eyeshadow. I'm using the Too Faced Natural Matte palette. Super cute.
I'm still on my right eyebrow.
I started earlier. It's okay. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in with a brush. I have no idea what this brush is. Been using it for like ever, which is really gross, but I know. I'm gonna dip into this brown shade. I totally missed the jar. I was like, this brown shade.
I can't talk and do my eyebrows.
I know eyebrows require like maximum concentration.
It looks so bad.
I'm just gonna try to use the camera as Anyways, I really like eyeshadow, but I'm super like one eyeshadow color type of person. Like I can only do one eyeshadow color per day because it's like the blending is just too crazy for me. And I also can't really blend like one color in general, so
Now onto my left eyebrows. It's been like 20 years. It's been 15 minutes. I've never done my makeup so slowly.
So I've always been a super big fan of like this eyeliner from e.l.f. I know, I've been like raging about this since like 8th or 7th grade. But recently I've actually been like using a stick eyeliner.
Like a solid one?
No, it's a liquid one.
Oh, okay.
I know, stick. Okay, so this one's from Clinique. It's pretty easy liquid eyelining pen. And I'm just gonna outline the shape of my eyelids instead of doing like the conventional eyeliner, because it's just so much faster for me.
Okay, so I'm finally done with my eyebrows. So next step, I'm gonna skip foundation because I never do it. And I'm just gonna move on to concealer. And for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind. And it's not really like a shade like brighter than my skin because I just use it to correct my tones and stuff. And I tend to blend it out with either my fingers or I use a flat brush. I think in that way it looks the most natural.
It takes about a minute to do each eyeliner, I think. I don't know. Maybe less. But there's that and that. It's just like super easy, but it also makes you look like you have your stuff together. So yeah, super cool.
So
yeah, I think I said that. I just realized how much I said that.
Speaking of faking to get our lives together, do you have any advice? Do we have any advice? Do I have any advice to the people who are watching? I'm just gonna be like 2.5 of them.
2.5?
Like, not that many.
How do you have a person? Okay. Anyways, my advice to people is like time management. I don't think I really learned time management or even mastered it right now until like sophomore year. I started actually using planners and stuff. And faking it till you make it, like kind of what you were talking about already. That's such a thing, like just going day by day and obviously planning for the future, but still just like, I don't know, I find myself like thinking about like, oh my god, this is coming up in a month, and I get like super freaked out, but it doesn't have to be like that. Just, yeah. What about you?
I think a good advice is to rationalize your anxiety and your fear, because especially journaling, when you write stuff out, like when you have a bunch of thoughts just kind of like cramping your mind, you feel really anxious and you're really fearful for the future. But when you write it out, you tend to realize that it's actually not that many things that are stressing you out. So I feel like organizing your thoughts, especially through journaling, is really helpful.
I think like journaling comes with just like self-realization, and like everyone's capable of different things, just like knowing your limit. And yeah, definitely like just keeping track of everything that's going on is really important. So I just curled my eyelashes, and we talked about earlier, basically we both have really, really like thin, short, and just super straight eyebrows. So this
eyebrows?
So using a really like volumizing mascara is super necessary for me if I even want them to be visible at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into this. It's really good.
Okay, so I just blended out. So I just blended out my concealer. As you can tell, it's very, very natural and just kind of even out my skin tone and cover up a little bit of blemishes on my chin.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even look like you're wearing any.
So I'm using this Glam Glow Starter. It's an illuminating moisturizer, and I just put it over like liquid product, so it gives that like illuminizing skin-like effect, even though like the moisturizer doesn't really look cakey. The tube, it kind of looks like metallic eyeshadow. Like I just take the tiniest bit and put it on top of my cheekbone, so like that's how I highlight my face. Makes your skin look more alive, I guess.
Yeah, Glossier changed my life, actually. Just like, I think in freshman year, I used to cake on like a lot of makeup. It was really bad. I still kind of do, but
not really.
Not as much anymore, which I'm super grateful about.
So I'm gonna use Cloud Paint to put a little bit color back on my cheek.
I'm gonna mix it on my hand.
Okay, so next I'm gonna be using this NARS Laguna like bronzer or like contour thing. I'm pretty sure it's a bronzer. I don't use bronzer. But like it's, as you can see, it's like more cool toned, and for my skin tone I don't think that can like do much. So like I use it to contour.
When I was a kid, like 5 years old around that, my mom used to be like, oh, pinch your nose like when you're bored, so hopefully it'll become taller. Like it didn't work, but
I feel like since Asian beauty is so standardized, especially East Asian beauty,
yes.
I remember when I was a kid, so like I have like really pouty lips, I guess. As a kid, like my mom will always like, stop pouting your lips, you look upset, but that's just how I was born with. So like yeah, and I remember my grandma would tell me every time, she was like, in your spare time when you're like not talking and stuff, maybe just naturally press your lips together like this, and maybe you'll make your pouty lips go away. And as a kid, I haven't developed my own aesthetic or beauty preference, but knowing that my lips was like too pouty for the mainstream beauty standards was kind of upsetting to know.
And I feel like people, or at least media, hasn't really talked about it until recently, kind of like the whole K-beauty. Like, I respect the decision to get plastic surgery because if it like makes you happier, but there definitely is this bridge between like self-love in America versus self-love in like East Asia, and that really affects the like East Asians that move into America or the Western world, which I hope is addressed more as the years go by.
Especially like moving to the US. I moved to the US in 8th grade, and just see how much American beauty standards can vary is really inspiring, because as a kid, like I said, I have really flat nose, I guess, and my mom have always told me that I should get plastic surgery when I'm like 18 and stuff. And even nowadays, she'll like sometimes look at my nose and tell me that, hey, maybe you can consider a rhinoplasty. But yeah, so back then I was thinking about it, like actually considering as an option. But today, every time my mom tells me that, I just kind of ignore it because I feel like it's part of my own facial feature and I should embrace it.
Yeah.
Even though it's ugly.
Contradicts yourself, yeah. But, I mean, it's fine. Like, flat nose squad. We're doing squad, but...
That's how we actually became friends. Just kidding. Yeah, but that's that about that. And okay.
So now I'm done with foundation after like a million years.
I'm gonna just do a really simple eye makeup today. I'm just gonna take this bronzer color and put it all over my lid and put a little bit of highlighter on the center.
Smart. I'm using Glossier's Stretch Concealer in light, which may actually be a little bit too light for me. Like usual, I never get the color right. But I just like to put that in places where I feel like a lot of times, like under my nose, it's really dark, which is weird. If I feel like I have like a mustache of like redness or something, so I like to add that there. And I don't actually conceal under my eyes because I kind of like the eye bag look. I don't know. I feel like, is that weird?
Like which part of your eye bag?
Just like, no, like anything dark under my eye I'm like kind of into. No?
I don't know. Mine looks green. Like, now I have concealer on.
I guess mine isn't that bad.
Mine look green. And I was always told that I have really heavy eye bags. Like, I was like 9. And then my mom's like, why do you have eye bags? I'm like, I don't know. So I put the bronzer on my all over my lid. I'm gonna do some on my lash line or under my eyes.
I have like a pretty strict, like, I feel like I have a pretty strict, like, contour routine. That actually might be my more complex, like, I've been using this mirror the whole time, this, like, e.l.f. contour palette. And what I like to do is, like, I feel like everyone has this natural kind of, like, shadow right here. So I like to use, you know what I'm talking about?
Don't.
No, like, I can see it. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's, like, kind of, like, a little, like, it's, like, you know where it's supposed to go. I like to darken that with cream contour first. It looks kind of ridiculous and unblended at first, but just taking a lighter shade, slightly darker shade, I'm just gonna pat that. We both play the piano also. I guess that's also kind of how we got close.
Yeah.
My mom's a piano teacher.
And she teaches me.
And me. Yeah.
I'm kind of like forced to come to her house every week. And I remember at the beginning when we weren't close.
That was so awkward. She'd be like, Jalu's done, and I'd be like, okay. So I'd like drag my like 8th grade self out there and be like, how's your school? And it was really awkward, but.
And we always have like the same conversation.
Every time.
Yeah, we're just like.
Every time.
Yeah, we're just like, so. That's like my high school name. So I'm like, so classes. And it's like really, really boring. Yeah.
So to make everything look, I don't even know if it looks different, but I just go in with like the powder version of whatever I just use in a cool tone. And I use like a really big brush, clearly, just to like literally bronze everything on my face.
I'm gonna take the highlighting shade and put it on my lid.
And yeah. I don't even know. I think I look exactly the same. That was just super dramatic. It was like me going to this and it looks exactly the same.
Since I like a really skin-like finish for my base makeup, I take this RCMA powder, which is like the naturalist setting powder that I can find. And I just put it like only on my lower like eye bag area and leave the rest of the skin.
The final face eye touch, I'm just using this golden. Are you not done? Almost done.
Just swatching.
This is a beautiful color. Can you see my skin? Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of gold. I like to do it afterwards just because I feel like everything I do is like in layers. Like, I don't even know if it makes sense. Like,
no, it does. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to get foundation there and just cover it later on. So I just a little bit of this gold shade in this turquoise.
I normally powder my brows with a translucent powder because I don't have a brow tail. If I don't powder it, sometimes it doesn't stay.
Oh,
yeah.
So I know everything's just like super subtle, but I swear you can see it better in person because, I don't know, sorry. I'm using this Smith's Minted Rose Lip Balm, and I honestly got this just because of the packaging. It's not really focusing, but like, the packaging's so cute, but then when I put it on, it's also like, it's minty, obviously, so it tingles, and I'm a really big fan of mint, so it worked. I love mint. Very well to wake me up in the morning. So,
since I moisturized my lips already at the beginning, we're both gonna use our Generation G Generation G lipstick
from Glossier.
I'm using the shade Crush.
I'm using the shade Zip, which is like, they describe it as like a poppy red, I guess.
So it looks really intense, but it just gives off a really subtle pink look. I don't know about yours.
I mean, mine isn't as dark as hers. It's like red, but it's to do with that like worn in look again. Okay, time to do this. I don't know why I do this like every day. So one of my favorite things about this is like you don't even need a mirror, really, I think. My favorite things are like on a daily basis, you don't need it. Because it's just like, if you mess up out of lines, it's not going to show that much.
It's more for that self-assurance. Like you feel like you need to put something on your lips. So like you put it and then it doesn't really do that.
That's the looks.
That's everything. We like talked about nothing.
We talked about nothing. We basically just sat here and did our makeup and set up.
It's been 56 minutes.
6 minutes, just so y'all know. It usually doesn't take us this long to get ready in the morning. No. But I guess that's it for today's video.
So please subscribe to us for more
amazing
illogical
content. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. Okay,
bye. Okay, bye.